All right, our next guests have started their own podcast highlighting social and political topics that are occurring in all communities. I'd like to welcome Sonia, Genevieve, and Teresa. Hi guys, how you doing?
Hi, we're
Thanks
doing
for
well.
having
How
us
about
on the
you?
show.
Well, I'm happy to have you guys on the show. I know you guys have your own podcast, which is absolutely awesome. Would you guys like to just introduce yourselves, give us a background of, well, who you guys are, and let's get an idea of what we can expect from the podcast from your backgrounds.
Well, Jake, we are three bored teenagers who just wanted to make a podcast about stuff that's happening in our community and ideas and topics that we find important to us and are current.
Right? That's exactly what you'll get from each episode, what I've seen. It's amazing, the connections in between our real life, what's going on right now. But you three are covering it perfectly, especially as the teenage point of view. We're, you'd say, a mature group of teenagers who are getting the point across very well. So, what are you thinking that, like, how will your podcast affect everyone else? How will it affect the views of your viewers and further your thoughts?
I would say that our main goal is just to, first of all, have a good time doing this. We love talking about these different topics, and they'd come up in our conversation anyway. But also the fact that we would like it to just keep anyone who's watching informed. Hopefully they have a good time with it as well. But we do all this research and find all these sources and everything. So hopefully they're able to take just a little part of it and think about it just throughout their life.
Right. And with the research and everything, you have your facts lined up, you have your opinions lined up, everything you need in a podcast, especially of this sort of style. Now, this is the general one. How can we support you guys? How can we view it? How can we share it, like it, everything? Because this is an awesome chance for three awesome students to get their voices out. How can we help you guys?
Well, we do have an Instagram channel, Coffee, Rice, and Fruit Snacks. We also have a YouTube channel, as we know. We are all active on that email too, so we have that share email, so you can email us too. So yeah, it's just basic connections at this point.
Perfect.
And all of that is under the name Coffee, Rice, and Fruit Snacks. So you can just find it under any of those platforms, and it'll be the first option.
Yeah. How did you guys come up with that name? It's very interesting. It's catchy. It's fun. How did you?
I'll take this one. So we did want something that was fun and catchy. We just couldn't decide what. So I don't know what. I'm a huge foodie. So like all the fun stuff I came across had like food in it. So I was thinking we can name it after our favorite foods and drinks. So I had coffee is like my newest addiction. So coffee. Genevieve, there's this one story about fruit snacks and band camps. So we were just trying to sleep at like 3 a.m. after just a huge day of marching and talking with our friends and just having a lot of fun. So we were all full of energy still, but we were trying to sleep because it was 3 a.m.
Right.
And then we hear this crinkling from across the room, and it's Genevieve eating a new pack of fruit snacks. And we're like, Jenna!
So it's a little inside joke between those three of us. So, and my name is Rice because, I'm Asian. I eat rice every single day. It seemed only fitting.
I know that's awesome. That's a perfect name and a fun way to represent the three of you. All right, now, how did you guys get started? This is an interesting group. This is a fun podcast. How did you come down to this point, and how did you just get it up and going?
So with the pandemic, obviously we can't really see each other in person. So over the summer, we've, had regular calls. And one day I was just like, well, this is a really cool conversation. Let's make a podcast. And, it was a lighthearted joke, but we evidently decided, hey, yeah, let's do it. Let's make a podcast. We had topics lined up. We had a decent schedule. We stayed up till like 12 listing and making this idea.
and we filmed a episode. It's our pilot. It's never aired, but we still have the files. It's very rough. We talked about Moral Machine, and we'll probably post it later as a Christmas special or something. But yeah, with the Butcher project, the self-growth, self-improvement project, we're like, oh, let's do a podcast. And I spent literally 5 minutes, the entire class, trying to get Sonia's attention because I'm just like, Sonia, let's do it. Let's do it. Me and you, let's do it. Come on. And of course, we had to have Genevieve because although she wasn't in our class, we still wanted that 3-person input as we did over the summer. So I'm like, Sonia, let's do it. And she didn't pick up at all until the very end. I'm like, hey, Miss Cebulski, can I get Sonia and brainstorm a podcast idea? She's like, yeah, sure. So yeah, and here we are.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad you got Genevieve because all three of you have great chemistry together. You don't see other classes combining as much with this project, so that is also awesome. To see the diverse group of you three is awesome. Get the different points across from any time, anywhere. So that's really cool to hear. That's a little bit of a different story. But now that we know the past, let's get the future of you guys. Do you have any plans? What can we expect for the future of this podcast?
Yeah, our plans are pretty sporadic. We just come up with them as the week comes around. We film our first 2 episodes, and we'll be like, okay, what should we do next week? And we just kind of talk about it a little bit. But if you're interested in what's going to happen or where we're going with this, definitely look for our social media. We post teasers all the time, especially when we have special guests coming up and stuff. So look for that.
Perfect. I think that's the best way to go. I'll make sure to get any links, accounts tagged so we can make sure as many people are watching as possible, get all the viewers up because you guys definitely deserve it. It's an awesome podcast. Is there an upload schedule so everybody can know when they can expect new episodes?
Yep, we have an episode coming out Tuesday and Thursday at noon, so tune into our YouTube channel.
Yes, we post every Tuesday and Thursday.
Perfect. We'll all see you then. I have an even better idea, even though I've watched the podcast. I now have a better idea, like where I can expect, what can I expect. It's a lot of fun. It's just a lot of fun. Even if you're doing some homework while listening, it's great. Whenever, wherever.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming. Everybody try and tune in as soon as possible. There's already 6 episodes out. Thank you guys so much.